Hey everybody, and welcome to Happy Accident Home. Today we're going to be painting a cute little cow. Now I don't want you to try to copy every detail that I have on my painting. Use what colors and techniques that you like. Grab a cup of coffee, relax, don't take yourself too seriously, don't take me too seriously. We're just going to have fun and roll with what comes. So we're starting with a board canvas. All of my supplies come from Walmart, Michaels. I use board canvases as well as stretch canvases, whatever you prefer. My base coat is Waverly chalk paint. Don't worry about the colors. If you have two different colors that you want to use, a cool and a cool or a warm and a warm, it doesn't matter. Whatever you like, go with your preference. So I'm going to start by spreading a relatively even layer. Don't even worry about that because we're going to add a light blue to give dimension, and you'll see that next. The light blue is an acrylic paint. Everything from here out will be acrylic. I'm going to blend the blue a little. Again, not worrying too much about the lines. Next we're going to take a palette knife or anything with a flat edge and scrape the canvas. You want to make sure that your paint is still wet when you're doing this, so don't let it dry in between. You can give it as much or as little, distressed, abstract look as you want. That's completely up to you. Once you get the texture that you like, we're going to let that dry. While the canvas is still wet, I take my white acrylic paint and just draw a rough outline. I don't use, any stencils. I don't sketch it completely with a pencil. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I just take my paintbrush and just do a rough outline. Once the outline has dried, I come back in with my white and fill the head in. Now, you don't have to be too concerned about spreading the paint evenly. We're going to paint lots of layers over this. I just want to get a base coat for the head and get those ears covered too. How's everybody doing? Still relaxed, I hope. This is just to be fun. We're not trying to sell our paints in an art gallery. We're just drinking our coffee and having a little fun. So I'm going to continue filling in the head. Just get the general shape that you like. If you need to pause the video and take a break here, go ahead and do so. I'm going to draw my ears, the white paint. Now that line I just added above the ear is just where his ear comes off of his head. You'll see later when we add some shading, that area is going to be darker. Now I'm going to come in with some black acrylic. We don't need to be too heavy with the paint at this point. Just pick up, just a little to go around and kind of give us a general idea of where we're going to put all of the cow's features. I use a loose rectangle to make his snout, and I like to outline around where the eyes are. In Holsteins, that area is generally darker. Gives some good dimension to his face. I'm going to just get the general shape of my eyes. I like to give my cows a little hair on top. That's up to you. You can put that in there or leave it out. I'm going to go ahead with some background music. Follow along, pause where you need to. If you have any questions, you can comment them below. And I'll come in when, the different parts that I feel like you might need a little guidance. When I paint, I keep my palette kind of messy. I like to just let all the colors kind of blend at this point, you know, in the painting, especially my black and white, I like having some dimension with the dark and light. So just, you know, however you want to do it. If you want to use gray paint and go in, that's fine. I like to have a little dark towards the top of the eyes and the top of the head and come down, making horizontal brush strokes, giving it a little bit of a hair look. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the eyes a bit. And the nose, I like to have dark at the top and then, you know, towards the middle. And I just don't blend that too much when I add the rest of my paint in. Now I'm going to go ahead and outline the ear with, you know, give it a little bit of loose strokes so that, again, it looks like it has hair coming in his ear. That top part is going to be dark. It's as if you're looking, you know, to the back of the cow's ear right there. I'm going to go ahead and outline the head a bit. Darken up where he has hair on the top of his head. Come in with my pink. I'm gonna fill the ears in with some pink and blend it together. The gray and the, you know, from the black and white really give it some good dimension if you just, you know, loosely go ahead and blend. Outline my other ear here. And come down with some pink. I've used blue before. It's really, you know, we're not, you know, being super realistic here. You'll see later it really does give him some character. So, you know, whatever you want to do there is fine. I like to blend around the eyes. Sometimes I tend to blend too much from the nose down the side of the mouth, so I'm going to go ahead and add some white down beside the nose so that you can tell that his mouth is, you know, continuing down. you'll see here that I go ahead and darken the pupils, and I add some white to highlight the eyes. I like to do this as soon as possible and give him some character, a little bit of personality. I think that the highlighting really lets him show me who he is, and I can, base the rest of my highlighting and shading and color off of that. Don't worry if you end up covering up, your highlighting in the actual eye itself, because I go back multiple times with color and give different layers so that, the eyes really come through as having that 3D eye effect. I like to add, browns and yellows, whites and blacks all in the eye, at different times. You have to let it dry in between. But just going ahead and giving that little bit of, highlight really shows me where he's looking and gives him some personality. So I'm going to leave you here for a few minutes and let you get to painting.
Close to fear and doubt, I stopped and turned, trying to find out. There might be something I forgot, but all I know is that I miss you a lot, a lot. 7 days of eternity, 7 days in another country. Every cell screams, stay right here, and my legs, they freeze us in fear. We got time after this, but I'll need you as my brightest light. Even in the darkest night, you shine so bright. Down here, and if I can't see you, I lose my mind. I like to be with you all my time, and I miss you so much the pain won't stop. It's the only thing I think about, it is a lot. Every cell screams, get back home. Every day is so
another week, another day, another hour since you went.
In just a moment, the orientation is going to switch on the camera. I'm just getting the hang of this YouTube thing. Again, don't take me too seriously, but let me know what you prefer in the comments below. Sorry for the switch.
You pulled away, you couldn't say what we're struggling with. It's one of us, it's obvious, but who's to really blame? There's an aching in my heart. All the questions that I've got are keeping me up at night. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need. Reach your total fantasy. You go out and get him, and I will find a better you. Ooh, a better you. Ooh. And so it seems I never dreamed that I would figure out that there are things that kinda bring you to a screeching stop. There's no way to save your heart. You just gotta play your part, and it will turn out all right. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you. You're not the only one to love. There's plenty more under the sun. You'll find the one you need. Reach your
Once the general shading has dried, I come back in with a small brush and give him some details. This is all optional. Where you put, highlighting and shading is totally up to you. I would recommend at this point, if your guy's looking like mine, to make more defined lines around his head, and you'll see that I do that in a bit, just to make sure that you can distinguish his body from his head. Just keep going.
I will find a better you. Ooh, a better you. A better you. Ooh, a better you. I will find a better you.
little guy. I can tell, you know, his personality has really developed through this, you know, experience, and he's just come to life on this canvas. To give the background a little more, you know, abstract feel, I come back in with a pink chalk paint and just do some broad brush strokes around him, kind of, you know, just, I don't know, giving it a little fun. If you want to leave it with just the blue, that's up to you. If you want to do white, I wouldn't recommend a darker. You want to stick with the lighter colors just to accent him. I hope that you've enjoyed this paint with me. Again, leave any comments, any suggestions below. Hope you guys have a great day. If you can, please like this video and subscribe. Don't forget to sign your work and you're all done. Thanks, y'all.